Hi everyone, my name is Girija Patel and welcome to Law Chat 101. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to stand out in a saturated market. We're going to be talking about the 6 top tips, so stay tuned till the end because there's always something good coming out at the end. But at the same time, we're going to be talking about in the theme of keeping alignment with our missions and how to really pour that into our brand identifiers, as well as standing out in the market and distinguishing ourselves. Oh, and remember, if you like this, subscribe, like it, and share it. Okay, here we go now, guys. Number 1, your mission, your purpose. Now, I have talked about this in past episodes, whether it's Law Chat with Girija or Law Chat 101, how to figure out your mission, how to create your mission for your business. It's really important though, because we think like, oh, it's just, a paragraph. Why do we need it? But really the mission identifies your purpose, your who, what, when, how, where. And it really kind of serves as a sounding board when you're confused or when there's lack of clarity. And it also serves as a compass for your business at times when you do feel lost or you feel like you need to start diversifying. And so how do we move forward? And it really keeps you aligned with your initial purpose. And not to say that the mission can't change over time or evolve, but at the same time, it helps you and reminds you of why you started this business. Who are you serving in this business? What is the purpose of this business? Aside from making money, which we all want to do, of course, because we all need to feed ourselves and our families, but what is another reason you are doing this? So in my business, one of the missions of my business is education. Another mission in my business is empowerment. And because what I want to do is, I don't want people to feel like law is inaccessible. I don't want people to feel like law can't be achieved in your business and you have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. Yes, you have to spend money, but you may not have to spend thousands of dollars. Plus, you need to walk out of that office or that meeting knowing what you're doing for your business legally. Because at the end of the day, law is so integrated in your business that if you don't know it or pretend like it doesn't exist or you just don't understand it, it's not going to serve you well. So that's part of my mission, is to make sure that I'm educating from the forefront and then continuing that education throughout the experience that my clients have with me as a one-on-one client, or even if you're just going through your contract buddy and getting a template for your business. There's education at every single step, whether it's free or paid. And so that's how I take my mission of education, one of my pillars and values of my business, education, and literally link it at every single part of the experience when you work with me or in my business. So number 1 is your mission. So figure that out, spend some time, dive into it, go back to it, write it, go back to it again, and really cultivate that. Number 2, how to stand out. Well, your name. What name are you going to be putting for your business? Now, there's so many ways that sometimes we're like, oh yeah, that just name, just like, I love it. But it's not really distinguishable. You probably sound like somebody else. You may or probably might sound like a different name in a different state even. So it's really important to make sure that 1, nobody else has the name that you're using for the purposes for which you were using. And 2, it makes sense, right? You want to make people able to connect the dots, whether or not it is actually describing what you do or whether it is somehow connected to your mission or connected to what you are serving, whether it's in a product or in goods or in services. You want to make sure that there's some link that people can say, yes, we get this. So this is where the name and the brand identifiers start popping in. Now, the way some people do that is either getting a name that is very distinguished, that is very unique, but also makes sense, and it really helps you connect the dot on what you are, offering in products or in services. Another way that businesses do that is by creating very distinguished branding. So for example, the Tiffany blue or the Louboutins red or, the Gucci G, like these are things that really identify a brand. So start thinking about those things in your business. You don't need to have something right away with regards to brand identifiers, but think about your name, research the name, Google it. Your best tool is Google. If you Google, you'll be able to see if there's anybody else in this world, not just where you are, but this world that has the name that you're looking for. And how are they using it? Are they using it in the same industry as you or in the same capacity as you? Or are they using it as totally something different? So my most favorite example that I give all the time is Dove. Dove candy bar and Dove soap. So they're both named Dove, but at the end of the day, they're serving two different clients, two different industries. And so it works well. And everybody knows what Dove hand soap is, and everybody knows what Dove chocolate is also. And you can even describe the kind of chocolate that you get from it or the kind of soap that you get from it, but there's no confusion on the two brands. And so when your business, you can look at your business and say, okay, who am I serving? What kind of products and goods am I offering? Now, does this name make sense? Does anybody else have this name? So Google it, go to the USPTO, see if anybody else is using this name. And then how can I take this name and really integrate it into my business where I am now aligning my mission to my product line or my services and to my customers, and it's all getting linked. And so the name might not seem important to some people. It might just seem like, oh, just start something. It doesn't matter, which, might have worked for many people out there as well, but you really want to be intentional behind your business. So go take that extra step, go onto Google and figure it out, because it's easy. It's not difficult to do that. And so Google, social media, the USPTO, all your free accessible tools, you'll be able to see if your name exists in somebody else's world and how they're using it as well. Number 3, make your business, your brand, your services, your goods memorable, at the forefront of people's minds. And so whether that is having, a social media presence where you have people who are engaging with you, a community that's engaging with you, whether you're doing Google ads or Facebook ads or something like that, where you're doing paid promotions also, or whether you're doing a newsletter or YouTube, be there, be consistent, keep showing up. Even if you only have like 5 people who engage with you, or 0 people that engage with you, or thousands of people that engage with you, keep showing up. Because when you keep showing up, you're consistent. When you keep showing up, the algorithms start working in your behalf. When you keep showing up, you are being true to yourself and true to your business, but also you're showing that you are respecting your business. You are really, truly loving what you do. And so sometimes it might be hard, and sometimes you need a break, and that's okay too, but keep showing up the next time. Don't give up, and be at the forefront of people's minds. Don't just say, oh, well, I'm going to send 1 newsletter a month. And I did that for a while, and now I'm changing that game too in my business, because 1 newsletter gets lost in the thousands of newsletters that come my way. I may not open every single thing that's coming my way, and sometimes I might just unsubscribe myself, which is totally okay if you get email list subscribers who unsubscribe, because you're not serving them and they're just clogging up your email list where they're not your ideal client anymore, or they might have been, and they're just not your ideal client anymore. And it's okay. It's okay to lose subscribers, because what you want is the people that are subscribing are engaging. The people that are subscribing are converting. And so when you have that, it's okay to lose some that aren't doing that. They're just clogging up the system, and they can go somewhere else and be served in a better way over there. But keep showing up for them. So 1 email a month from your business may not be adequate enough. You might need 2, 3, or 4, even once a week. Some businesses send an email a day. I don't know, if that works for your business, that's great, but experiment. You won't know until you experiment. You won't know until you try. So don't be scared to try. Don't be scared to experiment on this. See what works. See what kind of marketing works. See what kind of marketing is actually aligned with your business and genuine and authentic to the way your clients are interacting with you and the way you can interact with them, because not everybody is a salesperson. I'm not. It's so tough to do it on my end. So it's hard. It's hard for me to do it. So do what works for you, resonates with you, and aligns with who you are and how you want your clients to have an experience with you in your business as well. Number 4, who? Who are you serving? Now, your mission should be kind of identifying that as well, but look at your target market. Look at your ideal client. Look at the things that they like to do. What do they like to read? What do they like to drink? Where do they hang out? Where do they shop? What kind of books do they read? All these different things, and see where they show up. Do they like to show up on Facebook, or do they like to show up on Instagram, or do they like to show up on YouTube? Where do they show up? Where can you maximize your engagements with them? And who are they? Who are they? Are they a smaller group within a group within a group, or are they a bigger, broader group? Who is your ideal client and who are you serving? You know, a lot of people say the riches are in the niches, which might be true, but may not be true for your business. So identify who you are serving. And sometimes you might be serving a bigger, broader group, and then later on realize that, gosh, my services are really becoming more customized to this particular type of group, and I want to start doing that. And that's okay too, but know who you are serving. Know that, because if you're serving somebody who likes to shop at Home Depot, but you are giving them things that are like, I don't know, some really fancy brand out there that is a, you know, whatever, a very specialized hardware store, that might be a problem because they may not understand your lingo. They also may not understand your prices. They also may not understand any of that stuff. So you need to figure out what your services are and how are they aligning to the market that you are trying to serve. And if there's a misalignment, you're not serving anybody. And you're also going to see that there's not going to be enough engagement and traffic in your business. Number 5, keep your product line simple and accessible. Simple as that. It's nice to create a lot of things. And then I'm not saying that there's a specific number for this, but create it simple. Make it clear and easy to access. People should be able to know what you're doing on your website, the first page of your website. And if they can't tell what you're doing, you need to go back and fix that, because your website is literally the doors to your business. And if they cannot identify what you are doing, what products or services you're offering on your first page of your website, then it's not easy, it's not accessible. Your services or your products need to be easy and accessible. You want to be known for one thing. What is that one thing that you're being known for? Whether it's part of your service or a specialized type of product that you're selling, a specialized type of innovative tech that you're selling, or technology in the products or the services, what is that one thing that you're being known for? What is that one thing that when people hear your name or your brand's name and they're like, oh yes, this is it, right? So think about the brands that are out there right now. Think about Lululemon. Think about McDonald's. Think about Starbucks. Think about, we have a Buc-ee's over here in Texas. Totally love this place. What is it that really stands out in these big brands out there? And how can you be that brand in standing out? What is it that separates the Lululemon from the Athleta, from the Gap, from somebody else, right? What is it that separates them? And so think about those things, study them, and see how can I apply those principles in my business and yet still align myself with the values and the missions that I have in my business and for myself. And of course, the one thing that is super important at the end of the day is number 6, your client experience. Because at the end of the day, the client experience is not just the onboarding, the offboarding, the in-betweens, it's everything. And everything, when I say that, is everything that I've talked about just now as well. There's like this common saying that people do not remember what you have given them or what you have said to them, but it's more what they remember is how they felt. And the thing is that how people feel in their experiences with your business is what they will walk away with and what they will remember, what they will talk about. The word of mouth is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to do marketing. And it is one of the oldest ways of doing marketing as well, but it has withstood the test of times. And it really, truly, the best thing you can ever have is if your own clients become your biggest cheerleaders and they become your marketers out there, because those are the people that have walked away with a wonderful experience in your business. They have walked away something that is unique to you and to your business, and they have walked away feeling wonderful. And so it's so important that their experiences are wonderful, that the experience stands out. So what are you doing in your business to make the experience stand out? If you like this, and if you like everything else that you heard today, subscribe to this channel, because there's gonna be so much more out there, along with all the other fun tips on how to create goodwill for your business, or how to create capital for your business, and what do you need to do before you do all of those things. So lots of tips coming out for your businesses, as well as legal tips as well. So stay tuned, subscribe, and share, and I will catch you next time.